Welcome to Project Management for the Real World's video tutorials. In this video, we're going to discuss collaborating with others. Whether you are working with your own coworkers or contractors, whether your team members are local or around the globe, you can easily assign tasks or documents to individuals and keep everyone on the same page. Jane Doe is going to log on, create a user, and assign a task to that user. She'll right-click the user's node and take the Add a New User option, as in the previous video when creating a project owner user. She'll enter the email for the new user and click Next. This time the user is already known to the application because another company has already added this user to their account. Jane just needs to verify that this is indeed the user that she intends to add to her account, and then click Next. All of Jane's customers, or project owners, are listed. Jane only has one customer, Acme Gadgets. She clicks See Projects to see the one project for Acme Gadgets, Build Website. She then clicks Edit to set Fred Jones's permissions for this project. Each element of the project can have permissions set for Fred. Jane will give him view permission on the project page, assign the FedEx API task to Fred, and allow Fred view permission on the customer order tracking task, which depends on the FedEx API task for completion. She'll click Confirm and then Next. She will now verify that she has set the desired permissions for Fred. The permissions desired are set. Note that she has not given permissions for the document or the web link. It is possible to assign a document, giving the user the ability to upload a document whenever it is updated so that Jane and any other users assigned view permission on that document can always have access to the latest version. For more information, please view the Documents and Links tutorial. Clicking Finish will add the new user and his permissions to the database. As before, Jane can click on a user to see this display or right-click on a user to edit permissions. Now we'll check the FedEx API task. It now shows the assigned user as Fred Jones. Now that this task will begin, Jane edits the task to change the status to In Progress and set the start date and due date. Checking the user report, Jane sees her 2 users listed. No hours or cost have yet been posted. For each user, Jane can view the status of everything assigned to them. Clicking See Projects for Fred, she can see that Fred is working on one project. Clicking See Details, she can see that Fred has been assigned one task and no documents. Viewing the project report, she can check the project detail and see that the FedEx API task is now assigned to Fred Jones. Now let's imagine that Fred Jones has completed his task. He will log on and enter his progress. Recall that when Jane added Fred as a user, he was already known to the system. He is also a user for Winsong Enterprises. When Fred logs on, he can update work for Winsong Enterprises or Jane Doe. Now he wants to update work for Jane Doe. Note that he has view permission for the customer order tracking task. He can view the FedEx API task, but can also update it, since it has been assigned to him. Notice that a user can only update the 3 fields related to task progress. Fred can enter a description of the work done, the hours worked, and the percent complete. In the description, Fred indicates that he has completed the task and uploaded the source files for testing. Although we have not demonstrated this, Jane could have assigned Fred a document for this, and he could have uploaded a zip file with the source code, which Jane could then download and add to the application. Fred enters the hours worked and the percent complete. The task log now appears in the task with the date and time entered and the user who made the entry. Note that the hourly rate in the task is $50. This figure will be used to calculate the cost of Fred's work. Now Jane Doe will log on again to check progress. Checking the FedEx API task, she sees that Fred has indicated that it is 100% complete. Jane will now have to review his work. She edits the task to change the status from in progress to awaiting approval. Now let's check the user report. First of all, let's take a quick look at the user Bob Smith. There is no data for him as he has just been assigned view permissions as the project owner. See the previous video. When we check Fred's details now, we see that his task now shows 100% complete with 8 hours charged with a cost of $400. This cost was calculated by multiplying 8 hours times $50 per hour, the hourly rate that Jane had assigned to the task. The project report will reflect this information as well. This application is not really meant to be an accounting system, but you can integrate this application data into your own accounting system or any other application by extracting all of your project data into an XML file. Take the Download Data as XML option from the Projects node. A new window will open with the XML file, which you can then save. If you wish to program the import of this file into another application, please see the schema. There is a link to the schema in the documentation. Please refer to this documentation in addition to these videos for help in using this application. The Overview page contains the link to the schema. This concludes the video on collaborating with others. Thanks for watching. See you soon.